The pharmacist was shocked when these two kids wanted to buy tampons. Their answer was priceless. Two young boys walked into a pharmacy one day. They picked out a box of tampons and walked up to the checkout counter. The pharmacist looked surprised and asked the older boy, "Son, how old are you?" "8," the boy replied. The pharmacist continued, "Do you know what these are used for?" The boy shook his head. "Not exactly, but they're not for me. They're for my little brother. He's 4. "Oh, really?" the pharmacist said with a curious smile. "Yes," the boy replied. "We saw on TV that if you use these, you'll be able to swim, play tennis, and ride a bike." The pharmacist raised his eyebrows. "Really?" The boy nodded seriously. "Yeah. And right now, he can't do any of those things." A former Marine Corps sergeant took a job as a high school teacher. Just before the school year began, he injured his back and had to wear a plaster cast underneath his shirt. The students, of course, had no idea. On his very first day, he was assigned the noisiest, rowdiest class in the entire school. The kind of class that had a reputation for making new teachers quit. The students had already heard he was a former Marine, and they couldn't wait to test him. Without saying a word, the sergeant calmly walked into the classroom, opened a window, and sat down at his desk. A moment later, a breeze blew his necktie over his shoulder. Without the slightest expression on his face, he picked up a stapler and casually stapled the tie to the plaster cast beneath his shirt. The classroom fell completely silent. Not a single student made another sound. Let's just say, discipline was never a problem for the rest of the school year. At a certain convent, the Mother Superior was known for being incredibly strict. During the strict night hours, all the nuns were absolutely forbidden from speaking or leaving their rooms. One night, around 1 a.m., a young nun got so thirsty that she quietly sneaked down to the kitchen to find a glass of water. Because the hallway was pitch black, she accidentally kicked a large copper pot, causing a massive clang that echoed throughout the entire convent. Instantly, from the bedroom at the end of the hallway, the sharp, authoritative voice of the Mother Superior boomed out. "Who is down there in the kitchen?" The young nun's heart skipped a beat, and she froze for a few seconds. In her utter panic, she didn't know how to hide her voice, so she decided to fake a cat's meow to trick her. Meow. Meow. The silence returned. The young nun let out a massive sigh of relief, thinking she had successfully escaped. But just as she was about to turn around and walk away, the Mother Superior's cold voice rang out once more. "Very well, Sister Mary. Tonight I will let you off the hook because that meow was fairly realistic. But tomorrow, make sure you write this line 100 times in your catechism book for me. The cats in this convent never know how to wear slippers that make loud, scuffing noises." I got a call from a scammer the other day. Me. "Hello. Microsoft support." "Hello, sir. This is Bob from Microsoft support. We've detected a lot of virus activity coming from your device." Me. "Oh no. My device. Are you sure?" Microsoft support. "Oh yes, sir. We've received many reports." Me. "That's terrible. How can I fix it?" Microsoft support. "Don't worry, sir. We can help you right now. Are you in front of your device?" Me. "Yes. I was just about to use it. I'm glad you called." Microsoft support. "Excellent, sir. First, please press the start button." Me. "I think it's already on." Microsoft support. "That's okay. Now click on the control panel." Me. "I don't see that." Microsoft support. "Do you see a bunch of buttons above the start button?" Me. "Yes." Microsoft support. "That's your control panel." Me. "Oh, I didn't realize it had a name." Microsoft support. "Very good, sir. Now click on Internet options." Me. "I definitely don't see that. I don't think I paid extra for the Internet option. This is just the basic model." Microsoft support. "Sir, they all have the Internet. Please press the start button again." Me. "Okay, it looks exactly the same." Microsoft support. "That's fine. We're going to restart your device. Please turn it off." Me. "I don't really know how. I've never turned it off. Ever since I bought it, it just stays on all the time." Microsoft support. "There must be an off button. How do you stop it when it's running?" Me. "Usually I press the big button." Microsoft support. "Perfect, sir. Please press the big button." Me. "Okay, done." Microsoft support. Is your device off now? Me? No. But the door just popped open. Microsoft support, the door? Is there a disk inside? Me? Nope. Microsoft support. Then what's inside? Me. A burrito. Microsoft support. Why is there a burrito in your computer? Me. Computer? I thought you said this was microwave support. A guy goes to the supermarket and notices an attractive woman waving at him. She says hello. He's rather taken aback because he can't place where he knows her from. So he says, "Do you know me?" To which she replies, "I think you're the father of one of my kids." Now his mind travels back to the only time he has ever been unfaithful to his wife and says, "My God, are you the stripper from my bachelor party that I made love to on the pool table with all my buddies watching while your partner whipped my butt with wet celery?" She looks into his eyes and says calmly, "No, I'm your son's teacher." A man walks in a bar and sees a jar full of $100 bills. So he asks the bartender why there is so much money in the jar. The bartender replies that it is a bet, and you have to pay $100 to participate. The bet consists of 3 tests. The first test, you see that man sitting back there? His name is Big Jim. He stands 6 feet 5 inches feet tall, 2 meters, and weighs 551 pounds, 250 kilograms. You have to knock him out. The second test, if you pass the first test, you have to get out of the bar where there's Big Jim's dog. You have to remove a tooth from it. The third test, if you pass the second test, you have to go on the second floor where there's Big Jim's mom, an 85-year-old woman who never reached an orgasm. You have to f*** her like you have never done before. If you pass the 3 tests, all the money in the jar will be yours. But I warn you, no one has ever managed to win the bet. At this point, the man gives up and orders the bartender to give him some whiskey. After a few drinks, the man, completely drunk, says, "F*** you, I will take the bet," and puts $100 on the bar counter. Staggering, he walks over to Big Jim and kicks him in the balls, knocking him out. He remembers the second test, gets out of the bar, and faces Big Jim's dog. At first the dog started to growl, then it started to howl, and then silence. A few seconds later the man returns to the bar and asks the bartender, "And now, where is the old woman whose tooth I have to remove?" 2 old ladies, Dolly and Ruby, were talking about their grandchildren. Dolly said, "Each year I send each of my grandchildren a card with a generous check inside. I never hear from them, never receive a thank you message." Ruby replies, "I too send my grandchildren a very generous check. I hear from them within a week after they receive it. In fact, they each pay me a personal visit." "Wow, how come?" remarked Dolly. "Very simple solution. I don't sign the check."